Back with some more KJK VIP NBA player props to get you winning some money tonight in the NBA streets, guys. Going to be breaking it down, giving you guys some free plays, breaking down the process, the same process that went into these plays last night. If you're looking at the screen, you're like, why the heck did this guy click the under rebounds on Giannis Antetokounmpo rebounds, the under points, rebounds, and assists on Scoot Henderson, the under points, rebounds, and assists on Colin Sexton, the over assists on Tyus Jones, etc. These videos are going to be a great process to go ahead and break that down, a great resource to go ahead and break down the process, I should say. It has been a brutal week, guys. Betr, you're going to want this app. You can see all the green. Overall, the results on this app, you're going to be able to get fantastic value that you can just simply not get on other apps. So I'm going to continue to tell you guys it is a really good opportunity to get the Betr app. They're going to match you all the way up to $200 with my promo code KJKDFS, my link down below. Being hooked like crazy, man, unfortunately. It's been an unbelievable week. Cade Cunningham had 8 assists at the end of regulation. The game went to overtime. He did not record a single assist until 1 second left in the game. If you go back and look at the box score, he lobbed up a lob to Jaren Duren to win the game for the finals. I literally just needed any other result other than an assist from Cade Cunningham on that last play. I was hoping he would take the last shot, inbounds the ball, lobs it, and sells. I would have won $10,000 on that because I had him in not only that ticket, but I also had him in a Betr Bucks ticket, 5-pick perfect here, with some of those same plays. If he didn't get that last assist, this one would have been for $4,750. The other one would have been for $5,000. The same thing happened the night before. I had shared that ticket for free with you guys on the channel where we had, last night, right here, Jakob Podol, Bradley Beal over assist. I mean, this was the same kind of thing last night where it's like you're so close, it's just barely missing. And then the hooks on the day before and the day prior, like the list just goes on and on. This was a ticket that I had shared on the channel for free. You can see all green, just Evan Mobley missed. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. And that same night, another one, all green. DeMar DeRozan went over. It happened in hockey. So, I mean, there's been just thousands and thousands of dollars missed by one leg this week. I'm hoping to come on the channel and give you guys here some more value. But overall, guys, the goal on this channel, we're running all 5- and 6-pick flexes on Prizepicks, 5- and 6-pick dynamics on Betr, and they're going to have similar odds and similar stories. So this is the breakdown. If you're running all 6-pick flexes or 5-pick flexes on Prizepicks, and you're hitting your picks 55% or higher, so you can see all those tickets that I lost by one leg. It's very frustrating. But in the 6-pick dynamic structure on Betr, you do get your money back, or you profit money as long as you go 4 to 6 or better. So like on this ticket last night, I went 5 out of 6. I put in $250 and I won 1.25x back, $312.50. It sucks that I didn't get the big win, but I'm profiting a little bit of money. And overall, as long as you're hitting your picks at a high enough rate, in the long term, you are going to profit, okay? So that's what I teach here on this channel. This chart does a fantastic job of breaking it down for you. If you're running 5- and 6-pick flexes and you're hitting your plays at a 55% hit rate, meaning you're right 55% of the time, which is hard enough to do as is, you're going to profit on Prizepicks and these other apps. Okay, so that's what you want to be doing. You can see if you run a 4-man flex, 4-man power, 3-man flex, 3-man power, 2-mans, you're in the red. You're losing money on every single one of those. So for you people that say two picks are easier to hit, yeah, sure, maybe short term, but long term, you're going to have a way better chance of winning money when you're running these other slip types. As you can see, if you go to the 60% hit rate, you can kind of see the higher returns on investments. You know, it's going to be the 6-pick flex being the best, the 5-pick flex being the second best, the 4-man power being the third best. So if you're going to run something that's a power, you want to be running 4-man powers if you were to pick one of those. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's get into the picks. Let's get into the breakdown here, guys. If you enjoy the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys the latest ticket that I placed here today. Some of these plays will not be available on Prizepicks. I will reiterate, the Betr app is going to be a phenomenal app to be getting value you can't get on other apps. However, if you can get these plays on other platforms, such as a Prizepicks, they will give you deals. Prizepicks, Betr, and Underdog Fantasy being the big 3 that I cover in this content, that if you can find these plays on their platform, you can lock it in. Prizepicks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 with the same promo code KJKDFS. I'll have all those links pinned as the top comment. And then if you're someone looking to get even more deals, more opportunities to make money, Underdog Fantasy is another app. They will give you up to a $1,000 deposit bonus with my code KJKDFS. Link down below. If you have all three of those apps, you should be in a pretty good position to be able to hunt around and hopefully get some props that I'm locking in here today. The more apps, the better, because then you can get props at the same line that I'm getting them at, and you can get the very best value. So that's why you want to have as many apps as possible. All right, let's break this thing down. The first play that's going to be available on Prizepicks and Betr is going to be the Alperen Sengun over 9.5 rebounds. I don't think this prop is probably going to last because that tends to be the case on Prizepicks with props with good value. So I hope it lasts by the time I upload this video. But if it gets removed, Betr might be your better option. Trey Murphy's standard points prop is not available on Prizepicks. They don't have it posted. Another phenomenal prop we'll get into shortly here, but the Alperen Sengun rebounds. Why do I like this prop? Let's go ahead and break it down, guys. I do use multiple tools every single day for my process, one of which is going to be the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you don't have them, would highly recommend you check them out for full transparency. I'm using it every day. They're going to get you 25% off with my link down below, promo code KJKDFS. You can see I have the Prizepicks Optimizer pulled in here. They're giving this, I just refreshed, even a higher chance to hit in real time, a 54.1% chance to hit on the over. Why is that, guys? Because we got millions of dollars of sportsbook data pulled into an optimizer here. If you don't know what this data means, Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, meaning they are the smartest sportsbook in the world, have this as a -137 favorite to go over. So these sportsbooks have to set the lines right to profit money long term, or else they're going to go bankrupt. Newsflash, guys, DraftKings, FanDuel are not going bankrupt anytime soon. So that is why this data is so important. They factor in matchup, pace of game, every single thing you could possibly factor in, these sports books factor in. And the smartest sports book in the world, you'd have to log in and risk $137 to win $100 to take the over 9.5 rebounds on Sengun. Okay, so like for instance, I pulled up that ticket last night where I had the under on Giannis rebounds. It was the same process. He was heavily favored on the under. Take the under, okay? So that's the Prizepicks optimizer. If we pull them into the Betr optimizer, once again, we have some more data points, all favoring his over, all the way up to -130 on the over on DraftKings. So he's available on Prizepicks. He's available on Betr. It looks like at the time of recording, he is not available on Underdog Fantasy. So you can get this play on Prizepicks and Betr at the time of recording. Another tool that I'm using every single day for my process is going to be OddsJam, another fantastic resource for market data where we can literally bring in every single sports book, every single line that's favoring this. You can see, guys, I have over 200 sports books selected, and they bring in the best odds. Literally, the best entire place you could take this tonight is on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex, where you're getting -119 implied odds. Okay, every other sports book has worse odds than Prizepicks. You're looking at all the way up to -145 on the over on BetMGM, -141 on the over on BetRivers. He's all the way up to -145 on Sleeper. For those of you that use the Sleeper app, that's another app on the channel that I cover that you can use my promo code and get a link with, but they have a dynamic payout structure, so it's different than the standard payout apps, if that makes sense. And they're charging you some big juice to take the over. All of these different sports books have him heavily favored on the over 9.5 here, and he's all the way up to 10.5 on some books, like Rebet Prop City, with a slight favorite on the under. So essentially, they're saying he's going to go out there and end with 10 rebounds tonight, even a possibility of getting 11 from the looks of it, because he's not too aggressively favored on the under 11. I'm sorry, the under 10.5. And last but certainly not least is Outlier, guys. If you're someone that likes to be looking at the statistics, you're like, what the heck does this market data tell me? Outlier does a great job of bringing in the statistics and the market data, and they'll hook you up with a 7-day free trial with my link down below. If we type in Alperen Sengun, I like to sort this by implied probability when I can, because that is kind of factoring in all that market data. You can scan through all the props. You can also just click on the guy on any of these props, and then you can scan through here. That's kind of what I've become accustomed to doing. It's a little bit easier. And you can see Sengun hitting this at a 7% hit rate. He has exceeded 9.5 rebounds in 9 of his last 10 games at home, averaging 13.8 rebounds per game on average. So Outlier has the statistics, the market data. They're going to bring in a bunch of different insights for you. That's what that insights feature is. Home, road, splits, matchup. Sometimes they'll bring in an insight like where he's exceeded 9.5 rebounds in 5 of the last games versus bottom 5 teams in rebounds, right? If it's like a good matchup, they'll have all that data brought in for you. So this is another fantastic tool to be using. And you can look at the matchup. He's a center Overall, the LA Clippers, his opponent, are allowing 11.1 rebounds per game to opposing centers. He's getting 22.1 rebounding chances per game. So really, really good stuff. 4.6%. I'm sorry, 4.6 opportunities on the offensive end, 9.2% on the defensive end. 13.8 total is his results throughout these games. 31.2 minutes, 2.9 fouls per game, which isn't too bad. We obviously, if we're taking his over, we don't want him getting in foul trouble. The lower that is, the better. We want that not being at 6. Once they get 6, they're out of the game. So those are all of the reasons we like the Alperen Sengun rebound prop here tonight. It's a really good prop. Hopefully it stays up on Prizepicks for you guys, but if it doesn't, there's probably a good chance you can get it over on Betr. Now this is where we're going to see a big difference in value, okay? We got the Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points, and we got the Trey Murphy over 13.5 points, guys. These are really, really good props at these numbers. Okay, these markets are very precise. They're right on point. We want to be getting as much edge as we can. And this is where Betr has really been kind to me. Okay, so the 25.5 points for Brunson and the 13.5 for Trey Murphy. You're going to notice on Prizepicks, Trey Murphy's standard points prop isn't listed. They only have his demon prop at the 17.5 points. They don't even have his standard points prop listed. So unfortunately, I can't promote that play on Prizepicks. And then if we type in Brunson, he's all the way up to 26.5. I would not play this at the 26.5 number. And we'll break down exactly why right now. So if we bring him into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, once again, this tool brings in that millions of dollars of sportsbook data and spits out a percentage that we're expected to hit our prop, which you can see their best prop they're actually saying is the over 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Looks like a really solid prop. My guess is by the time you see this video, that'll be bumped up. They're actually saying to take the under 26.5, but it only has a 50.82% chance to hit here. Now, if we go over to the Betr portion of the program, right, and we type him in at the same line here, you can see his best prop actually now they are saying is his over 29.5 points and rebounds. That's because his points prop got bumped up here. So he's now up to 26.5 on Betr too. I was able to capture the 25.5 point line. So unfortunately, I can't even tell you why that was a good play because he's now up to 26.5. Looks like the best you could be taking is his points and rebounds. If you're watching this and that line's still at 20.5, you can go ahead and lock that in. Or his PRA. He got bumped up, which is what happens when you get good value. So I can't even tell you in real time, really, the percentage to hit because now if I pull this up and I try to reuse the players, you're going to see he got bumped up to 26.5. So it stinks when that happens, but just a key indicator that my process is on point. And we'll continue along. We got the Trey Murphy over 13.5 points. Maybe that got bumped up. It actually looks like it didn't get bumped up because that would have just told me right there. This is a phenomenal prop on Betr. Most notably, if we type him into Prizepicks, it doesn't look like he's going to be available. But, okay, there's a good alternative for you. Over 15.5 points and assists looks like a decent prop. Once again, though, it's not nearly as good as, it's only a 52.9% hit rate. If I type him into Betr at this number over here, you can see, look at this bright green. He's got a 55.36% chance of going over the 13.5 line tonight. He's actually favored over 14.5 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. So they're creeping all the way up to 14.5, heavily favored on the over at -142 on BetOnline, heavily favored on the over at -137 on Caesars. So like this is a perfect representation of the kind of value I'm getting every single day, right, on these apps. Like I saw that opportunity at the 13.5. I saw the market was starting to climb up towards 14.5. There's a chance this line maybe even goes up to like 15.5 before the game, and I was able to get the 13.5. So take advantage of that ASAP on Betr if it's still going to be available. And then the last two we're going to be talking, or the last three I should say, they're all going to be bumped, guys, on Prizepicks most likely or not available. So the Siakam over 3.5 assists, the Miles Turner under 8.5 rebounds, and the Booker over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Once again, like I'm not lying to you guys. I mean, look at the difference in value. So the Brunson play got bumped up on Betr too, but you can see Booker's bumped up here on Prizepicks, right? The Miles Turner under rebounds is bumped down to 8 even. The reason they move these lines up and down is because it's too good of a play, right? So the fact that I was able to capture that 0.5 edge on Betr is a really big deal. And that's where these optimizers, these tools that I bring up are really going to come in handy. And then the Siakam assist, is another prop that's just simply not posted, right? So I would love to, tell you guys to play it on Prizepicks, but they only have his demon prop listed, right? They only have the 5.5 assists, which I'm playing the 3.5. So hopefully that makes sense. Like, I'm using all of these different apps to find the very best value every day. And if it's not available on Prizepicks, it's just not available, right? So we can go on over to Betr though, and we can still get these really good plays. And if I bring these in, you're going to be seeing the difference in hit rate. So we just talked about that Trey Murphy play. That's a phenomenal play. Once again, it's only available as a demon on Prizepicks. We can't play Trey's standard points. At the time of recording, his points and assist prop was available, but we can't get the points, right? So hopefully that makes sense as we're kind of going along here on this breakdown. So let's go ahead and type in these other plays to the Daily Fantasy Optimizer, these other tools, and just kind of break down exactly why we like them, right? So we got the Siakam over 3.5 assists, the Miles Turner under 8.5 rebounds, and the Devin Booker over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So we can just kind of crank these out real quick, and you're going to be seeing a bunch of good stuff. We can start with Miles Turner, I suppose, because he's not because he's bumped down on Prizepicks. Let's go ahead and type him into the Betr optimizer. Let's type him into the Prizepicks optimizer. You're going to see the difference in hit rate here, guys. Like if we type in Miles Turner to Prizepicks, once again, right, the over 8 is actually what they're saying, but there's like no edge, only a 50.84% chance to hit if you take the over. If we go ahead and type him in over on Betr though, you're going to see very quickly why I have interest in this under 8.5. All the way up to minus 156 on Pinnacle. Smartest sports book in the world. They're aggressively favoring his under. You're going to have to risk $156 to win 100 over there. Minus 146 on FanDuel, minus 130 on DraftKings, all the way up to minus 150 on Bovada, minus 135, right? Just a ton of different markets saying that Miles Turner's under 8.5 rebounds is going to be, a really good prop to be taking. Let's go ahead and type him over in on OddsJam as well. This might be a case where the best possible place we can get it is on, essentially minus 120 odds on Bet365 is the best place you can get it. We're getting minus 121 on Betr. So we're essentially getting the best possible odds you can get on this prop. Across the entire market, it's at 134.5 average odds on the under. So this is like really good stuff. And then if we go ahead and type him into Outlier, let's go ahead and find some more underlying statistics to back this play. We want to be looking at as much data as possible. Let's go to his rebounds prop, and we want to be targeting the under here tonight, which does look like a plus EV play over at BetMGM. If you're someone that has the BetMGM app, you could be taking this bet over there. He is the center position versus Orlando, who's the number 2 team in the entire league at not allowing rebounds, only giving up 9.1 rebounds per game to opposing centers, second best in the entire league, okay? So that's obviously, factoring in starting centers, backup centers, et cetera, et cetera. He's getting 14.2 rebounding chances per game, but he's only getting 6.2 defensive rebounds, 0.8 offensive rebounds. So he's essentially only crashing that defensive glass. And when he does, he's only racking up 7 rebounds per game on that other. Maybe he gets 1 offensive rebound is what the data is telling us, which makes sense. That adds up to a total of 8. The 8.5 is favored on the under. Everything makes a ton of sense, right, guys? So hopefully that made sense. That's the full breakdown. That's the full picks. Unfortunately, some of these were bumped up on Prizepicks. Are not available on Prizepicks. That Devin Booker PRA prop would be the last one that we didn't discuss, which we can certainly go ahead and break down quickly for you. But you can see he's up to 40 even on Prizepicks. There's a reason for that, guys, right? It's just going to be too good a value on the over. So Prizepicks had to move that line up to 40 even, okay? They don't want to get beat too bad, so they move the line up. We can get this over on Betr though. The best possible prop you could be taking for him on Prizepicks is his over turnovers with a 52.6% chance to hit. You could be looking at his over assists with a 51.43% chance to hit, but it's not going to be nearly as good of a prop as the PRA, which we'll type in to Betr right now. You're going to see the difference in hit right here. At the 39.5, you can see he's all the way up to 52.27% chance to hit because of all of these different markets listing him at 40.5 and or favoring his 39.5. Also, Bradley Beal's listed as questionable in this one, and honestly, I'm kind of expecting Bradley Beal to take a seat here tonight because he's been kind of consistently sitting out with these elbow injuries and etc. He is listed as questionable in this one and is on the second half of a back-to-back. So if he gets ruled out, that's just going to be a little bit of an added bonus. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. The projected injury news right now kind of does have him as projected as being in, but he left the game early on Tuesday with some injuries. He came back. Who knows? But it would be a nice little bonus for us if he ends up being ruled out, right? We're not reliant on that. We're looking at the current data, but if Bradley Beal is ruled out, we could see this line increase even more, upwards to 41.5, 42.5, etc. Here tonight, right? So that's the full breakdown. Those are the plays that I'm rocking with here tonight. Hopefully you can get some of these plays locked in. Once again, you can use any of the apps. I would recommend Betr because they tend to have these props available a little bit longer. But if you can get any of them on Prizepicks or Underdog Fantasy, certainly be taking them there. Just full transparency, I just had better luck on Betr with getting all these props, and they just seem to last a little bit longer, a little bit better value as of late. But we got the Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points. Alperen Sengun over 9.5 rebounds. Trey Murphy over 13.5 points. Pascal Siakam over 3.5 assists. The Devin Booker over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The Miles Turner under 8.5 rebounds. The only one we didn't touch on was the Siakam assists. So I really do want to kind of give you guys a visual as the different hit rates here. So let's just make it quick. We'll type him in over on Betr, and we'll look at this data for the Pascal Siakam assists. You can see he's expected to hit this at a 53.25% hit rate. He's all the way up to minus 131 on Pinnacle, minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 135 on BetOnline, all aggressively favoring his over. Right, we could maybe see these climb up even more throughout the day. And he is not available on the Prizepicks board with the standard assist prop. They only have his demon prop available, unfortunately. So you can't get it. Take advantage of the value over on Betr Picks. Get the $200 deposit match would be my recommendation. So yeah, Brunson over 25.5 points. Alperen Sengun over 9.5 rebounds. Trey Murphy over 13.5 points. Pascal Siakam over 3.5 assists. Miles Turner under 8.5 rebounds, and the Devin Booker over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is only one ticket. I will have a bunch more over in the VIP. If you have not hopped over there, would highly recommend you do so. You're going to get access to all my plays as soon as I place them. Like I said, man, we've been getting hooked really bad. It just kind of is what it is. But you just got to stick with it. You can't control a guy going to overtime and getting his last assist with 1 second left in the game. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up anymore, man. It's been one of those weeks. It's been pretty brutal. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Wishing you guys all the best of luck on your NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.